Tell me your name.
My name is Beth.
And roughly your age?
55.
All right, so when did your back pain start the very first time?
I would say probably 10 years. It just started to really become an issue when I tried to do things, working, gardening, and everything. It was the fall of 2020. I cleaned the chicken coop. And I never knew that you weren't supposed to bend over and bend the back. And I did something really badly. No idea what. You would probably know better. But I had back spasms. I couldn't even get into the car because just bending my head down to get in would just set everything off. It was just terrible.
So when it first happened, did you have an MRI, or how long before you had an MRI?
Never ever had that, actually. A good friend of mine actually went to school for the chiropractor. I had him order a back x-ray February 2020. Most of my pain was in the center of my back.
Right.
And I had everything. I had just numb spots up and down. For the thoracic, it says mid to moderate multifocal bony spurring is noted. It said disc space narrowing is present at L5S1.
Degenerated disc.
Yeah, which is likely mid to moderate. And then it said moderate to severe disc space narrowing is noted at T11, T12, which I could point right to it. That was the biggest thing. But like I said, I had numb spots on my feet, numb spots in the middle of my back, under my shoulder, burning and tingling across the neck, and just a mess.
Did you have pain that went down your legs or just numbness in your feet?
Just numbness in the feet. I'd have spots on my feet that would come and go for about a week. Then they'd go away, and then a month later it'd be a different spot. I think I was actually extension in the mid back, and the lower back was the flexion, because it would feel better to sit down and bend everything.
Squat?
Yeah, because I think, I don't know. If I would lay on my back for a couple hours, like you wake up and, and you've been laying on your back, I would be so stiff. But if I could turn over and just bring my knees up to my chest and just lay in bed like that for 20 minutes before I got up, then that would just relax. I don't know if it was actually the psoas at that point, or the discs.
It's probably the discs and the erectors, yeah.
Yeah. So I was a little bit of both. And
so leaning forward hurt the mid back, and leaning back hurt the low back. Is that about right?
It didn't really hurt the lower back because it really didn't have it just had terrible stiffness. And sitting down kind of inflection would help relax the lower back.
Yeah, that would be flexion then. That would be flexion.
Yeah. It was kind of confusing.
What were your thoughts of your future as you were experiencing more and more pain and more numbness?
Oh, pretty darn desperate, because I think you probably know I'm a land surveyor, a big outdoors girl. I'm up and down the hills working. That's my work. I'm self-employed. I do tons of gardening. I've got chickens. I got so much going on. And then, you're hobbling around and you're stiff. You can't, and everything is hurting. And yeah, you get pretty desperate. I've been exercising for my whole life. I was in track and field in high school and college, and working out on and off. I did karate. I did all sorts of stuff. But I was doing, my self-diagnosis online too, on and off. And I had discovered all sorts of people. And I came across your video on YouTube. Looking.
And then you found my stuff.
I think I joined here in like March of 2021.
And then when you started my program, did you commit exclusively to my program, or were you still doing other things?
Exclusively. I wanted something that would start me right from point one. I see exercises on the internet everywhere, but you don't know what to do. Your program starts you right down, like if you're just one of these poor people that just can't even get out of bed all day long. And that's exactly what I was looking for.
And that's exactly how we put it together, step by step.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Started my program. What was your pain?
It had come down by the time I had gotten there, but it was still, if I would twist wrong, bend over wrong, I would get one of those back spasms that would just catch me.
Average day like a 5?
Yeah, probably. Yep.
And then when you had your spasms, maybe like an 8?
I would say that would spike. That spiked it at a 10. That just I mean, it was like an electric shock. It would just, and it would come and go just like that, though. Whatever was the nerves were doing.
Wow. So anywhere between a 5 and a 10 when you first started my program, and that had really been going on at least since November of the year before, or 21.
Right.
It's been progressively getting worse over the last 10 years as well, right?
Absolutely.
Were your thoughts that maybe this might not ever get better?
I knew it would. I just had to figure out what to do.
Right. Well, that's a good attitude. That's a good attitude. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much better are you?
I would say I'm like a 9 as far as, I mean, 9, 9.5. Just,
and 10 is perfect, right?
Yeah. Yep. It's still a work in progress and some stuff, but you know, I'm dialing it in.
So you're going to say 95% better.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. If somebody was thinking about our program, what would you tell them?
I'd say do it. I keep telling people. It drives me nuts. You know, they just sit around and complain and don't do anything. So,
well, you know, everybody's got their own path. Eventually, if it gets bad enough, they find me. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I did. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yes.
It works. You have to put the effort in. That's so many people's problems is that they don't want to put the time in.
Sometimes what happens is people put time in and nothing happens because they're not starting in square one. They're starting in square 6, and it makes them worse. Or they're on the wrong path. You know, they're flexion and they're doing extension exercises. Or they're doing both, and one of them is making them worse. That's what happens.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Kind of like where you're at. Sometimes you don't know what to do. There's so much information. It's like, what do I do now?
Yeah, exactly. With your program, that finally just put it all together. You start here and go. And there were some things. I had trouble with the bird dog because it would actually make that burning worse.
Right.
And
what position would you put your neck in?
I tried, I put my arm out like this, and it did help if I put it out to the side some, but then that would get numb and annoying. So
do you still do the bird dog?
No, that still triggers the.
Got it.
Good. Yeah, what I do now is I work out every day. I do a mile in the morning to get warmed up, and then I do the cat camel. I think it's 7 times I do that. That's
right.
Just to feel everything out. You can feel how, you know, where the pain is at, and I do like the abdominal workout one day, then the next day is lower body, and the next day is upper body, and I keep on alternating through all those.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm trying to make this a lifelong commitment, so I try to make it so I look forward to it.
Especially since you're feeling so good, right?
Right. Yep, it's working. I'm improving.
You're happy, you're healthy, and you're getting more exercise every day, and it's mostly pain-free. Yeah,
pretty much, and I'm able to do just a lot of the gardening, which I'm 55, so I mean, you know how you get old, and but I've been able to garden, like, you know, just getting right down and squatting down and without having hip pain, back pain.
Right.
It's fantastic. Just probably the last month or so I've gotten to that point.
And no flare-ups, no spasms, nothing like that.
Nope. I have found that psoas muscle, I think it's irritated. Even that's doing better. That I could actually, you know, if it really, I can feel almost like a sharp pain right across the belt line on the right-hand side. And if I just lay down and do like a cobra, that calms it down.
Appreciate it very much. Your perseverance and your encouragement as well. I appreciate all your encouraging words for all the people on the program.
Yeah, well, I appreciate everything you've done. Like I said, I was just desperate and just searching everywhere I could find. One of your videos popped up on YouTube, and so
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right. Have a good day.
All right, nice talking to you, Dr. Jeff.
Nice talking to you. Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.